Welcome to the Stop Overdrinking and Start Living podcast, where high-achieving working moms come to learn how to stop overdrinking, reduce overwhelm and anxiety, and show up like the players they were meant to be. I'm your host, Angela Mascenik, and let's dig in. Hey, I want to invite you to my free live masterclass called How to Stop Overdrinking and Start Living. I'm including the link to register for the class in my podcast notes on my website. So if you want to come over there, angelamascenik.com, click on How to Stop Overdrinking and Start Living podcast, and it will be under this podcast episode's notes. You can register. The class is an hour long. It's live, and I'm sharing it all with you. You don't want to miss. I'm going to be giving you real tactics and strategies that you can apply immediately to stop overdrinking and start living the life that you want to live. All right, I'll see you in the class. Bye. This is episode 4, Why Most Diets Fail. The topic of today was why most diets fail. And we can apply this to overdrinking, we can apply this to overeating when we want to try to do something or change ourselves and stop doing a behavior that we think is bad, right? And so why most diets fail, and I'll get into this in a second, but a lot of diets we have success in the beginning, right? We're all motivated and excited and we start doing all the things. And we are inclined to do those things because you think something is wrong with you, right? So it's like you have these thoughts of like, I'm gross or I'm fat or I'm sick of drinking too much. I can't fit into any of my clothes. I have to lose weight. I want to be happy and I'm not happy at this size. I need to stop this drinking cycle so I can stop regret and I can feel healthier. So if you have some of those thoughts, just raise your hand or say yes in the comments. But those are some of the thoughts that generate us to want to change or to want to lose weight. And so I want to ask you guys how you feel when you think those thoughts. So really pause here and ask yourself how you feel when you say, I'm too fat. Yeah, it's bad, right? Like you feel bad when you think that. I want to be happy and I'm not happy at this size. When you say I'm not happy at this size, I'm guessing you're probably not going to feel too happy, right? Your thoughts create your feelings. So you're at the beginning of this process, you're at the beginning of the year, it's January. You start doing all of these things to lose weight or to stop overdrinking, right? So you start exercising 5 days a week and counting calories and drinking all the water and planning your drinks in advance and only drinking on the weekends. And it's exciting because it's the beginning and you're motivated, like you have that energy to like, I'm going to do this. But it's coming because you had a thought that there was something wrong with you in the first place. And so in the beginning, it works. Like you might be losing weight. You may be able to withhold from drinking during the week and you start to feel a little better. You might lose some pounds, right? But that energy wears off and you start to feel a little bit of resentment. It just may pop up in here and there. Oh, why can't I have that cookie? Oh, why can't I have that glass of wine? Right? Does that sound familiar? And you start thinking like, why does it have to be so hard? Why do I have to do this? And then you start beating yourselves up some more and you're like, why can't I stick to anything that I start? Why can't you just stop eating the chips? For me, it's popcorn. What's wrong with you? You'll never be able to do it. On and on, you tell yourself these things. They just start coming in more and more. And you start noticing yourself. You might start taking a bite here and there. And you might start having that extra glass of wine here and there. And so over time, your motivation and like all of that energy that you had at the beginning is starting to wane. And then the scale stops moving. Okay? Or you start drinking more than you wanted to. And when you're just so tired of that fight, you stop and you slowly start going back into your old habits. And it's because you approach it from thinking there's something wrong with you in the first place. And we believe we need to be hard on ourselves. Otherwise, we won't lose weight or stop over drinking. And you guys have to stop believing that. That does not work. That's why all diets fail. Right? Like you can't Hate Yourself Thin. And I think that's actually a book title. I've never read it, but it totally makes sense. Like if you approach it from a negative energy and tell yourself that it's hard and that you have to do this because you suck, because you've gained 40 pounds in the past 2 years, then you're not going to hold. That takes energy away from you. That focuses your mind on what's wrong with you. And instead, you want to start loving yourself and telling yourself you're perfect the way you are, because generally most of you are. Like you're healthy, most of you have jobs, you have families, everything's great. You have running water, you have a home, you have food in the fridge. Like you literally have everything you need. And you're telling yourself you have to do this, have to do these things out of like a desperation. And then your brain and your energy just get sick of that battle with yourself. And so it quits. That's why diets don't work. That's why we fail. We have to start changing the way we're thinking about ourselves. Our thoughts create our feelings. So if you want to feel happy when you lose 20 pounds, you can start feeling happy now. It's totally available to you. Right? So I know you guys don't believe me about this, but it's just a very a small shift you can have and be like, oh, I want to do this just because I think it would be a fun adventure. I want to see what's possible. I want to fit into a smaller pair of jeans. I want to feel what it feels like to be able to like work all day, exercise, play with my kids, and stay up at night with my friends. I want to have sustainable energy. Those are better reasons than starting out saying it's because I'm fat and I need to lose weight. Those thoughts will not make you feel good. And when you don't feel good, it becomes so much more of an energy and work to do the work. You're going to give up. You're going to run out of that energy. It's not sustainable over a long time. But if you can start it feeling good and telling yourself you're perfect the way you are, and you're only changing because it would be fun and it would only make things better for you, that is a different energy that can be sustained long term. So you can choose to be happy right now at your current weight or your current alcohol consumption. It's way more fun and it's sustainable over a longer period of time. When you're a couple weeks in and you're pushing yourself to do all the things like we are right now in January, approaching like the third week in January, you're starting to waver. Okay, just notice that energy there. Notice what you're thinking. The secret is that losing weight or stopping how much you drink won't make you feel better. Your thoughts are the only things that can make you feel better, and you can change your thoughts right now, and you don't have to wait until you reach your goal. And if you change your thoughts now to feel whatever it is that you think losing weight or stopping over drinking will make you feel, that journey of doing it will be so much more enjoyable and sustainable. And then you won't rely on that number on the scale to make you happy. Right? Like someone who says, if I lost 20 pounds, I would be happy. If I could get into my old jeans that I wore in college, I'd be happy. No, your thoughts create your emotions. The number on the scale does not cause you to be happy. Nobody's ever told us this before, but I'm telling you guys now. That is the truth of how it works. Our thoughts create our feelings, not outside circumstances like a number on a scale or the size of your jeans. Okay? So once you realize that nothing from the outside, your weight, how much you drink, none of that stuff can make you feel happy, you guys get to own the ultimate power, right? And that's what you want. You want to be in control and to feel like you can do it, right? Yeah. So just shift your mind a little bit and ask yourself why you want to do the things that you're doing this month. Make sure you love your reason. Make sure it's a good one that provokes a positive feeling, like motivation or enthusiasm or joy. Okay, when you ask yourself why you want to lose weight or stop over drinking, make sure it's something exciting and fun. Mine last year was, I just want to have the journey and see what my life is like on the other side of it. I want to stop thinking about food and alcohol so much so that my mind can focus on more important things like growing my business and helping as many people as possible. That was a very motivating reason for me to keep doing all the things. And I didn't think that there was something wrong with me. I didn't think that if I got to my goal weight of 135 pounds that all of my problems would be solved. I never approached it like that. I knew that it was my thoughts that created my feelings. And I can feel any way I want right now. And if I'm going to rely on losing 20 pounds to feel happy, I'll never be happy. It'll never make me happy. Because once you get there, there's not like there's some magic pill that you take and all of a sudden your life is amazing. I promise you. I've been on the journey. We are supposed to have negative emotion 50% of the time. And by losing weight or figuring out how to stop over drinking, and you get there and you get to that goal and it's not this magic Shangri-La that you thought it was, you're going to be surely disappointed. You're going to be like, why did I suffer through all that? Why did I just do all that work? This sucks. I'm going to start eating the cookies and the popcorn again. I promise. So you got to start changing the way you're thinking about it, approaching it from a place of loving yourself and wanting to do this because it's fun and it's interesting, and it'll help contribute to you living a better life where your mind isn't so focused on food and drinks all the time. Life is so much more interesting when you can get that stuff out of the way and go to work on actually creating the life that you want to live. All right, let me know if you guys have any questions about that. Also, I'm going to write this in the comment box, but I am holding a masterclass called How to Stop Over Drinking and Start Living. It's on January 31st at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. It's the last day of January for all of you all that have tried some of the dry January tactics or really trying to get their drinking in under wraps for 2019. I would love to help you. So it's a free class. It's an hour long, and I'm going to teach you all of the strategies I use to stop over drinking. And a lot of it is the thoughts in our head. A lot of it is about society and how societal roles play into our desire to overdrink. And then I'm going to give you some tactics that you can start practicing immediately to stop over drinking. So I'd love it if you come. I'm going to put the link in the comments of the Thirsty Thursday Live. Come over there and register. And I hope to see you in the class. But I also wanted to tell you guys that I have free mini session spots available. So if you are interested in private coaching or just learning more about what coaching looks like, I'm offering free 30-minute sessions. All you have to do is let me know and we'll get it scheduled. Don't be scared. 30 minutes could be exactly the amount of time you need to like really have a mindset shift and propel you towards accomplishing your goals much faster. I'm really good at helping you identify which thoughts are holding you back and showing you how they play out if you keep thinking them. So I would love to coach you. Just let me know. All right. You can email me. You can comment here, message me on Facebook, whatever you need to do. All right, friends. Have a lovely Thursday. Have a beautiful weekend. And I will talk to you all soon. Bye. Also, if you enjoy this podcast, I'd love it if you could take 5 minutes and review me on iTunes. You can do it right from your phone. Open your podcast player, click on my show, and then scroll down until you see review. Click on the 5th star, then scroll a little bit more and click on write a review, and then leave a few sentences about how amazing my podcast is. I really appreciate it, and the more reviews I get, the more women see my podcast, and the more people I can help. So get over there and review me. Do it now. Okay, bye.